Donald Trump has officially broken Bill Maher, a lifelong Trump hater. After years of denouncing Trump, has decided he's done and he can no longer do this. You guys have got to check this out.
Start by saying that Bill Maher, on occasion, is an honest broker of news and information. Like, for instance, here, and he deserves respect for this, 1 year ago, here's Bill Maher predicting the future.
And I've said it before. Do I think Joe Biden can do the job? Absolutely.
Yes.
I don't think he can win the job. And that's what I care about. He's going to lose because the people think he's too old. And perception is reality. I'm sorry.
He's going to lose, and he said it in the kindest possible way, and also Joe Biden can't do the job, obviously. But he did predict it, and there weren't many voices saying that Joe Biden was definitely going to lose about 18 months ago to Donald Trump. But ladies and gentlemen, lose he did. And now Bill Maher might be the biggest loser. Well, this side of the Democrat Party and Kamala Harris and Joe Biden and pretty much everyone else. Bill Maher says he is ending his show over the return of Trump. I'm shitting my pants, says Bill Maher. Okay? In a recent podcast with none other than Jane Fonda, is a perfect person to have on. The old aging degenerate lib, kind of like Bill Maher, who hasn't really been that relevant as of late, and who I got to say personally, hang it up, Like I don't watch Bill Maher's show. I have nothing personally against him. He's wrong on a lot of things. He's been professionally wrong on so many things. But like, dude, just hang it up. You're old. You've got like tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of dollars. You've been doing this for a long time. You've gotten these big fat contracts. Like you've gotten what you can get. The ecosystem's changed. The landscape's changing. And do you really have the energy to keep up with an entirely new generation of creators, a new style of creation in the news and media ecosystem?
People would always say Bill Maher is a moderate. He's not one of those far-left lunatics. But I have to agree to disagree on that. Just because he acknowledges some basic truths does not mean that he's a moderate. It means he has common sense. I think those who were once previously identified as moderates are all Trump supporters now. And if you support this current Democratic Party and their agenda and what they stand for, it seems to me that if you are a part of that, then you support the demise of America. I mean, we live in a world where if you proudly display an American flag on your front lawn, people know who you voted for.
Saying, I may quit because I don't want to do another Trump administration, saying effectively he doesn't have it in him to do another Trump administration.
I believe.
I mean, I may quit because I don't want to do another. I did Trump. I did all the Trump stuff before anybody. I called him a con man before anybody. He's a mafia boss. I was the one who said he wasn't going to concede the election. I've done it. I've seen this.
Well, then how come he's so hostile to Jimmy Kimmel and not to you?
He's very hostile to me. He
Is he?
tweets about me every week.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes. Every week he accidentally watches my show and then low ratings loser.
Oh, well, yeah.
But, I mean,
No, he doesn't.
I just...
No, he doesn't. We follow President Trump very, very closely. No, he doesn't watch your show every single week. Very few people watch your show every single week. And even fewer listen to what looks like a very, very frail, old, and embittered Jane Fonda. And she has every right to be embittered, right? You all have a right to be embittered and not want to do this again. Because you're out of your depth. Because everything's changed. And maybe it's time to just hang it up. I mean, you're both in your 70s, right? Like, you had a good run. And this industry does take a lot of energy. But it also takes grounding in reality. And Bill Maher, he's a lot of things. He isn't that. Even if he did rightfully predict that Donald Trump was going to win in the 2024 election against Joe Biden, or Kamala Harris, or whatever. Kamala Harris was always a cutout. Bill Maher regularly and consistently gets owned by everyone from Candace Owens to Megyn Kelly to Greg Gutfeld. And this is why you should probably hang it up. Because you are not tethered to reality any longer. There's only so long that you can exist inside of a bubble and not change your mindset or your ecosystem to align with reality. And reality is that America is a center-right nation. Reality has a right-wing bias. And Bill Maher's brand of weed-smoking liberalism is out, okay? It's better than wokeism, I'll tell you that. But it certainly isn't grounded in reality like this. Bill Maher regularly pushes lies about January 6th. That cops died on January 6th. That's a lie, a provable, demonstrable lie. Megyn Kelly had to call him out on that. Megyn Kelly had to embarrass him on her show. At least Bill Maher, I guess, goes out and does alternative media, or has people like Candace Owens.
As bad as Bill Maher's show probably is, he probably reels in millions of viewers every week, just because there's so many left-wing lunatics out there. But the thing is, he should not be allowed to say a blatant lie like that on national TV. And then those millions of people are going to continually project this lie over and over again. It's almost like they're trying to rewrite history. So if you're trying to pass yourself off as like a news organization type thing, you should at least try to tell the truth. And anybody who looked into the January 6th matter for 2 minutes can tell you that. I feel like that man would tell you just about anything as long as it gives you a negative impression of Donald Trump.
Bill Maher saying, I feel like in 2 years you're going to have a very different perspective. Bill Maher telling Jerry Seinfeld that he's not going to go nuts when Donald Trump is elected. I'm not going to lose my nervous system about Trump again. If he ends the world, he's not going to end the world. I'm not going to effing go nuts again if he wins another term. I just can't. But like, you are going nuts. So, again, like, if you don't have the stomach for these things, if a politician winning makes you lose your nervous system, in the words of Bill Maher, then, you know, maybe you just don't have the stomach for this. Like, listen, God help us, but if Kamala Harris won, I wasn't going to leave the country. I wasn't going to flee America. You know, you stay and fight. You cover these things. It hasn't been a happy or pretty 4 years. I've been quite angry, but I've never had a nervous breakdown, right? It's like a very strange thing to admit. And these people are so fragile, right? They're like psychology, so fragile. It's why they have to live in the Hollywood Hills. That's why they have to smoke so much weed. Because they actually literally need mommy's little helper to deal with reality. And that's the biggest problem.
The scales, New York Times bestselling author, Fox News contributor, Captain. Welcome to the show, Bill.
Thank you.
So far, so fun?
I have a few quibs.
Okay, go for it. Quib away, Mr. Quib.
Well, I mean, I agree that it's great that we're talking. I agree that we agree on some things. We're not exactly aligned on the most important things, which is basically Trump is someone who does not concede elections. That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
You don't seem to see it that way. That's the most important thing that's going on in this country. He didn't concede the last election. He's not going to concede this election.
You don't know that. You don't see into the future, Bill. I don't see your crystal ball.
Yeah, I did, because I was the only one who was talking about that way back when. And everybody said, oh, you smoke too much pot. Turned out I smoked just the right amount of pot.
There's no right amount.
But can you really picture this guy going, you know what? I lost. That's it.
He did. He left.
He left because he had to leave, because he couldn't.
Yes, but that's how it works.
Well,
what do you think he's going to like board up the White House? Pull a straw dogs with Dustin Hoffman?
Well, last time he thought the other Republicans would back him up when he called that guy in Georgia and said, "I need 11,000 votes. I want you to find."
He said find. He didn't say create. He said find.
Well, that's the same thing.
No, it's not. You don't say on an Easter egg
Find
hunt,
them
I want you to create some Easter eggs.
We have a show here.
All right, Dr. Drew.
Okay.
Boys. I mean, my favorite show of television ever to do was Politically Incorrect.
Which you stole. This is exactly what it looked like, except the difference was Politically Incorrect was purposely mixing people with different viewpoints.
Which is what we're doing.
Tonight.
Yes. This is why it doesn't work.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
No.
So, Dr. Drew.
Yes, sir.
You're really good at diagnosing mental illness.
Okay.
What is Bill's problem?
If I had to diagnose Bill Maher, I would say he's very egotistical. Everything's got to be about him. And he hates Trump so much because he's not doing it for himself. He's doing it for the country. He's doing it for you and I. He wants to make this country a better place. I guess he's so threatened by Donald Trump. I mean, he has everything. He has the mansions, the cars. He's got all the money in the bank. He's got family and friends that love him dearly. So I guess he's just jealous of the dude. I've been following Donald Trump for about 10 years, and I don't think I've ever heard him mention Bill Maher once. But one thing I do agree with Bill Maher is that we do need to start having conversations between Democrats and Republicans. We need to try and bridge this gap because it's not needed, and it's only dividing this country further. The establishment and the people in power do not want us to get along. They don't want us to have open discourse because we are such a threat to them that they need to keep us divided and fighting one another instead of fighting the true enemy, which is them. Other than that, I don't really care for his opinions. I don't agree with them. But I just find it so funny how so many Democrats try and pass off Bill Maher as a moderate. He's a centrist. No, this man is a radical. He's just not as radical as the rest of you. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on this down below. Have any of you guys ever watched Bill Maher's show unironically? And also, let me know, do you think Bill Maher is going to officially end his show as he hints at right here? Let me know. I'd love to know your opinions. And if you enjoyed, make sure to smash that like, comment, subscribe, and wish you guys nothing but the best. Till next time.